Today, we're going to do Vivo V40 versus Vivo V50 full comparison. Let's see who is better. Launch. Announced. V40 June 17, 2024 and V50 February 17, 2025. Released. V40 July 3, 2024 and V50 February 25, 2025. Body comparison. Length. V40 164.2mm and V50 163.3mm, width. V40 75mm and V50 76.7mm, thickness. V40 7.6mm and V50 7.6mm, weight. V40 190 grams, 6.70 ounces, and V50 189 grams, 6.67 ounces. Glass front. V40 glass and V50 glass. Glass back. V40 glass and V50 glass. Frame. V40 plastic and V50 plastic. IP rating. V40 IP68 and V50 IP68. Display comparison. Size. V40 6.78 inches and V50 6.77 inches. Type. V40 AMOLED and V50 AMOLED. Resolution. V40 1260 by 2800 pixels and V50 1080 by 2392 pixels. Aspect ratio. V40 20:9 and V50 20:9. Screen to body ratio. V40 90.1% and V50 88.5%. Density. V40 453 ppi and V50 388 ppi. Refresh rate. V40 120 Hz and V50 120 Hz, HDR support. V40 HDR10 Plus and V50 HDR10 Plus. Dolby Vision. V40 none and V50 none. Brightness. V40 4500 nits, max, and V50 4500 nits, max. Protection. V40 Shot Sensation Alpha and V50 Diamond Shield Glass. Performance comparison. OS/iOS. V40 Android 14 and V50 Android 15. Chipset. V40 Snapdragon 7 Gen 3 and V50 Snapdragon 7 Gen 3. CPU. V40 octa-core and V50 octa-core, Core, Max. V40 2.63 GHz and V50 2.63 GHz, GPU. V40 Adreno 720 and V50 Adreno 720. Main camera comparison. Wide. V40 50MP and V50 50MP ultra-wide. V40 50MP and V50 50MP telephoto. V40 none and V50 none. Periscope. V40 none and V50 none. Macro. V40 none and V50 none. Depth. V40 none and V50 none. Zoom, max. V42X, optical, and V52X, optical. Flash. V40 single LED and V50 single LED. Video. V40 4K at 30 fps and V50 4K at 30 fps. Panorama. V40 yes and V50 yes. Front camera comparison. Selfie. V40 50MP and V50 50MP video. V40 4K at 30 fps and V50 4K at 30 fps. Panorama. V40 none and V50 none. Memory comparison. ROM, max. V40 512 GB and V50 512 GB. RAM, max. V40 12 GB and V50 12 GB. Slots and sound comparison. SIM. V40 dual and V50 dual. Card. V40 none and V50 none. Headphone. V40 none and V50 none. USB. V40 Type-C 2.0 and V50 Type-C 2.0. OTG. V40 Yes and V50 Yes. Loudspeaker. V40 Stereo and V50 Stereo. Battery comparison. Capacity. V40 5,500 mAh and V50 6,000 mAh. Charging. V40 80W, wired, and V50 90W, wired. Wireless. V40 none and V50 none. Reverse. V40 unspecified and V50 unspecified. Connectivity comparison. Network. V40 5G and V50 5G. WLAN. V40 Wi-Fi 6 and V50 Wi-Fi 6. Bluetooth. V40 5.4 and V50 5.4. NFC. V40 Yes and V50 Yes. Infrared port. V40 none and V50 none. Radio. V40 none and V50 none. Sensors comparison. Fingerprint. V40 Yes and V50 Yes. Face ID. V40 none and V50 none. Compass. V40 Yes and V50 Yes. Barometer. V40 none and V50 none. Accelerometer. V40 Yes and V50 Yes. Proximity. V40 Yes and V50 Yes. Euro. V40 Yes and V50 Yes. Price comparison. USD. V40 $299 and V50 $450. Indian. V40 33,999 Indian rupees and V50 36,999 Indian rupees. Pakistani. V40 PKR 139,999 and V50 PKR 149,999. Tests. AnTuTu. V40 818,546 and V50 833,862. Geekbench. V40 3,208 and V50 3,210. Brightness. V40 1353 nits, max, and V50 1274 nits, max. Battery US, V40 1637 hours and V50 1609 hours. Loudspeaker. V40 -26.1 LUFS and V50 -25.1 LUFS. Winner. V40 has 1 check and V50 has 6 checks. So the winner is Vivo V50. Thanks for watching, subscribe for more.